Good morning. Let's start a new lesson in our book, which is lesson 4, which talking about power of 10 and exponent. Now, all of you, please open your book, page 23. Now, at the end of this lesson, you will be able to use an exponent to show the powers of 10 and multiply a whole number by a power of 10. Now, powers of 10 and exponents, page 23. Now, let's talk about exponent. What is the exponent? Sometimes we learn like 10 to the power 5 or 2 to the power 6. What are these? These we call them now exponent number. Now, look at this number here. If you have now 10 times 10 times 10. So here, yes, 23. Now, here now we have 10 times 10 times 10. So how many times does the 10 repeated here? It's repeated 3 times. So I have to say now it's 10 to the power 3. Now, this one here, since it's 10, it's repeated 3 times. So because 10 is repeated, so I have to write 10 as the base. So this one here, we call it the base, means the number that is repeated. And this number 3, we call it exponent, which means how many times does number 10 repeated? It's repeated 3 times. So 10 to the power 3, it means the base is 10. It means number 10 is repeated 3 times. And the exponent is 3. That means 10 is repeated 3 times. Another example. If you have now 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So here, what is the number that's repeated? It's number 10. So what is the number that is repeated here? It's number 10, is it right? Now, how many times do the number 10 is repeated? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will say now 10 times 5. Yes. Now, one of your questions, the miss, okay, now all of the bases are 10? No, sometimes we have the base is 2. Sometimes the base is a 3. Like 2 to the power 5, it means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It means, I repeated, 2 5 times. But this is not with you in grade 5. In your grade 5, you have to learn today the basic is 10. When only the basic here is 10. So yeah, I need to tell you that the basic, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be any number. But for this lesson today, the basic is only 10. And number 5 means this 10 is repeated 5 times. Don't forget, it's repeated 5 times, not 10 times 5. Here, 10 to the power 5, it means 10, it's repeated 5 times. Now, so here, 10 times 10 times 10. These are 3 numbers of 3 tens that they are multiplied. So then now, they are 10 to the power 3, which I mean that 10 is the base and the 3 is the exponent. Where's the exponent means it's how many times the base is used. How many times should I multiply the number by itself? Base, it's the number that is repeated. Now, this is 1000. This is a standard form. Now, how can I write an exponent? I will say 1000 means 10 times 10 times 10. It means I repeated 10 3 times. Then how can I write it? Oh, how can I write the word form? The word form, or how you will read 10 to the power 3, you read it as, look at this one here, the third power of 10. How you read it? The third power of 10. Got it? Let's solve more examples now in order to understand more. Here now 10. So now let's write it in the exponent form and in the word form. The first one here, 10. Here we have 10. So now, for this lesson, as I told you now, I have to write number 10 as a base. So for all of these numbers, the base here is 10. Now, but my question is, how many times should I repeat number 10? Look at the first one here. We have number 10. So how many times is number 10 is repeated? 1 time. So it's gonna be 10 to the power 1. And the second one here, how many times number 10 is repeated? 2. How many times for the third one? 3. Here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have now 6 times. Now, how will I write it in the word form? The first one, you have to say first. So look at me. First power of 10. The second one, second power of 10. Yeah. Then now, here, what do we have? Third power of 10. Then here, fourth of 10. And then here, fifth of 10. And the last one here, we have sixth power of 10. Got it? Which one? Which one? Here you have as an example 10 times 10. Okay, so look at number here, 10 times 10. So how many times 10 is repeated? It's repeated 2 times. So it's gonna be 10 to the power 2. How can I write it in the word form? I will say a second power of 10. Look at the third one. How many times 10 is repeated? It's repeated 3 times. So it will be 10 to the power 3. So then, how can I write in the word form? It will be third power of 10. Now, Here now, how many ones are in number 1? 1. Here, look at the blocks here. How many ones? We have 1. How many ones in number 10? 10. Now, how many 10s in 100? Or are in 100? Now, you know that 100 is 10 times 10. So that means we have a 10 groups. Yeah, so that means we have a 10 groups of 10. So how many 10s are in 100? They are 10. Now, for 1000, okay, how many hundreds are in 1000? No, I mean how many hundreds in 1000? Now, can you tell me, Miss, please? Wait. 1000. How many hundreds in 1000? What's the number that you multiply it by 100, you get 1000? 2? Ten. In order, when you multiply them, look how many zeros you have. 3 zeros. And here we have 3 zeros. So 1000 is 100 times 10. So I can say now it's 10 groups of 100. So how many hundreds are in 1000? Say, Mama, how many hundreds in 1000? We have 10 groups of 100. 10 groups of 100. So how many groups of 100? 10. Now, look at 10,000. Now, 10,000. How many thousands in 10,000? 10,000. How many thousands in 10,000? It's 10. 10,000 means 10 times 1,000. So it's 10 groups of 1,000. So how many thousands in 10,000? They are 10. Now, what do I mean by? Like, look at the first one here. We said that we have only 1 ones in number 1. And we have how many tens? How many ones in 10? We have only 1. Sorry, we have 10 ones in 10. So now, and how many tens are in 100? We have 10. How many hundreds in 1,000? We have 10. How many thousands in 10,000? We have 10. So here now, but I cannot see what's written down. Here now, so 10 times 10,000. I will solve the one that's written here, but it's not appearing. 10 times 10,000 is 1, 2. How many zeros we have? Let's multiply them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many zeros? When you multiply 10 by 10,000, you have to write or to list all the zeros. 5 zeros. 10,000, they are 5 zeros. So how can I write it now? 10 to the power what? What is the power that raised to 10, which means 1,000. Wait, which means 100,000. I will give you a hint now. Focus with me here. Now 100, it's 10 to the power 2. 1,000, it's 10 to the power 3. So it's about 100,000. 10 to the power what? What's the power or what's the exponent that raised to number 10? That's equal 100,000. Sorry? Thank you, Hunada. 10 to the power 5. How do you know? Let's come back here. How many zeros for 100? So here, without counting or without writing their factors, look at 100. How many zeros for 100? They are 2. So I will say 10 to the power 2. How many zeros for 1,000? They are 3. So I will say 10 to the power 3. How many zeros for 100,000? They are 5. So I will say 10 to the power 5. Okay. Now, let's now know how can we multiply a whole number by a power of 10. Hummingbirds beat their wings very fast. The smaller the hummingbirds is, the faster its wings beat. The average hummingbird beats its wings about 3 times 10 to the power 3 times a minute. 3 times 10 to the power 3, or you can say 3 times the third power of 10. How can I find this number? What do I mean by 3 times 10 to the power 3? Let's find it here. Now, 3 times 10 to the power 0. You have to know from this lesson here, okay? And this is very important. Focus with me. 10 to the power 0. Sorry. 10 to the power 0 is 1. Don't forget grade 5. 10 to the power 0 is 1. But 10 to the power 1 is 1. But 10, any number raised to 0 will be 1. 10 to the power 0, 1. 5 to the power 0 is 1. So 10 to the power 0 is what? 1. Now 3 times 1, 3. Now look at the second one. 3 times 10 to the power 1. 10 to the power 1, it means 10. So 3 times 10, 30. And now 3 times 10 to the power 2. It means 3. And 10 to the power 2. Now 10 to the power 2, it means I repeated 10 2 times. So it will be 300. The last one here, we have 3 and 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000. So it has 3 zeros. So it will be 3,000. So 3 times 10 to the power 3, it's equal 3,000. So the average hummingbird beats its wings about 3,000 times a minute. This is here how to multiply a whole number by a power of 10. Is it clear? Okay. Now, I will send you now I will send you the solution and the course material. Now, This is share and show in the same lesson. Open your book, page 24. All of you, please open your book, page 24. Now, look at the first one here. We have 10 times 10. So how can I write it in the exponent form? It's 10 raised to the power 2. Is it right? And how I write in the word form? I will say the second power of 10. Yes, that's it. Now, number 2. Here in the exponent form, how many times 10 is repeated? 4 times. Bravo. So how can I write it in the word form? Bravo. The fourth power of 10. Now, number 3. حلب الشعر. حلا Dina. Yes, Dina. Dina, 10 to the power 2. Find its value. Here now, what do I mean by 10 to the power 2? Sorry? Okay, 10 to the power 2. Find the value of 10 to the power 2. Here, first of all, 10 to the power 2 means how many times did 10 repeated? So it's okay, I will go to Isra. Isra Bakr. Isra. Haneen. Yes, Haneen. 10 to the power 2. 10 to the power 2. What does it mean? How many times did number 10 repeated? Repeated 2 times. Bravo. So you have to say 10 times 10, which equal? No, not in the word form. I want you to give me its value. Its value, 10 times 10 is? $100. Bravo. Thank you. Now, Hunada. Yes, Hunada. Here we have 4 times 10 to the power 2. For this number here, first of all, you have to find 10 to the power 2. What do you mean by 10 to the power 2? So it's 10 times 10. Yeah, which is 100. So here we have 100. Multiply by 4. It will be 400. Bravo. Thank you. So here now, there's another way you can use it, like 10 to the power 2 means I will write number 1. And since here the exponent is 2, so I will write 2 zeros. If I say 10 to the power 3, okay, I will write 1. And what is the number here? It's a 3. So it means I have to write 3 zeros. This is just another way, or an easier way, you can say. Now, number 5, Huriya. 7 multiplied by 10 to the power 3. حورية. Yes, حورية. Sorry. Here now, 10 to the power 3. What do I mean by 10 to the power 3? It means I repeated 10 how many times? 3 times. Then 10 times 10 times 10. What's the value of multiplied 10? It's 1000. Is it right? Then multiply it by 7. What did you get? 70,000. Sorry, 7,000. Yeah. 7,000. So here, what do you have? We have an 10 to the power 3, which is mean 1,000, which is mean 10 times 10 times 10. Then, so here now, 10 times 10 times 10, which is mean 1,000. You multiply it by 7, you will get 7,000. Sorry? I cannot hear you. What did you say? Ah, you are waiting. Okay. Now, number 6. Let's go to Jilan. Yes, Jilan. 10 times 10 times 10. What is it's? Can you write it in the exponent form? Bravo, 10 to the power of 3. Now, how can you write it in word form? The third power of 10. Bravo. Thank you. Yes. This is number 6. Go to the second page, to the next page. Now, number 7. Muna. Yes, Muna. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. How can you write in the exponent form? With 5, thank you, because 5 here is repeated 5 times. How can you write now in the word form? Bravo, the 5th power of 10. Thank you. Now, number 8 with the Rahad. 10 to the power 4. Now, all of you, sorry, Rahad, I want to solve this one. Now, look at me here. I will give you now an easier way how to solve if you have this number here, like this one. Okay, how you write it in exponent? First of all, you have to write number 10 as the base. Then, how many zeros you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 5. So it will be 10 to the power 5. Now, if you have it like this, 10 to the power 7. And they asked me now to find it. Find the value. What you have to do? Write 1. Write number 1 only. Then here, what is the exponent? It's 7. So write 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the number is 10 million. So 10 to the power 7 is going to be 10 million. Right, number 1 with 7 zeros. Let's go back now. 10 to the power 4. What does it mean? Ragad. Yes, Ragad. Sorry? Miss, I will send you the, I cannot go back or undo the writing here. So I will send you the solution. Now number 8 with Ragad. Yes, Ragad, are you here? Of 10. Yes, Ragad, Ragad. Lamia. Yes, Lamia. 10 to the power 4. What do I mean by 10 to the power 4? It's 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Bravo. So how you write it now? How many zeros you have? 4. Bravo. So you will write 4 zeros. So it will be 10,000. Thank you, Lamia. Now Malak. Malak Anas. Yes, yes, Malak. 2 times 10 to the power 3. Wait, 10 to the power 3. What does it mean? 10. How many times? Times 10 times. Bravo. 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1,000. No, not 300. 1,000. Write 1 and add 3 zeros. Then multiplied by 2. 2 times 1,000. 2,000. Yeah. Thank you, Malak. First up. Now, number 10 with Maryam Khalid. Yes, Maryam. 6 times 10 to the power 4. It's 6. 1. Now, so here, how many zeros we have? We have 4 zeros. Is it right? 4 zeros, it means 10,000. Multiplied by 6. What the answer will be? 60,000. Yeah. 60,000. Now, yes, Noura. Number 11. No, not Nada. I'm waiting Noura now. Now, Noura, are you here? Widyan? Wait. Zain, just a minute, Sarah. Zain Sham. No one is here? Okay, yalla, Sarah. Yes, Sarah. Here now. 10. Yes, Sarah. Wait, 10 to the power 0. It's 1, as we said. So 12 times 1, 12, thank you. 12 times 10, 120. 12 times 100. Now here, see, yeah, you have to write 12 and how many zeros? 2 zeros. Then count 3 digits. So it will be 1,200. Now, 12 times 10 to the power 3. It means 12 times 1,000. So I will write 3 zeros and 12. And each 3 digits, we have to put a comma. So it will be 12,000. Now, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Now, Lana? Yes, Lana. 12, sorry, to the power 2 times 10 to the power 4. It means 12 times 10,000, because here we have 10 repeated 4 times, which is 10,000. So 10 times 10,000 will be, right, the 4 zeros and the 12. Here we have 4 zeros and 12. Then each 3 digits add 0. Add comma, sorry. So what's the number will be? 120,000. Now, all of you now look at me at number 12 here. We have 10 to the power 3. Okay, it's 10. They told you now, like 10 to the power 3. It's 10 times 10 to the power n. What is the value of n? What you have to do here? You have to say 10 to the power 3. It's 10 times 10 times 10. Or it's 10 times 10 to the power 2. I write 10 and then I repeated the second 10 2 times. So here now 10 times 10 to the power 2. It's equals 10 times 10 to the power n. So what is the value of n? Look at me here. No, look at me here, just a minute. No, see, I say that 100, it's 10 times 10. So if I say it now, 100, it's 10. If I told you now, it's 10 times 10 to the power n. So what is the value of n here? 10 with 10, 10 with 10. So here we have number 1. So n is 1. Got it? Okay, miss. Here now we have, like when you have 10,000. Okay, 10,000. How many tens in 10,000? 10 times 10 times 10. Is it right? Yeah. But if I write it now as 10 times 10, how many tens? How many times this 10 repeated? This 2 tens here, how many times they are repeated? 2 times. So here it's repeated 2 times. I told you now that my question, that's 1,000, it's 10 times 10 to the power n. Okay? So put them together, put them now under each other like this here. So now, this 10 goes with this 10. This 10 goes with this 10. So what is the value of n? 2. Yes, that's it. So here now, we have 10 times 10 times 10, or you can say 10 times 10 to the power 2, because I repeated 10 here 2 times. So it's going to be 10 to the power 2. So look at this here. This is my equation here. And here, after I solve it, so what is the value of n? It's 2. Is it clear? And now look at this one here. Look at the last one. Now explain how can you write 50,000 using exponents? Who can help? Let's solve it quickly. 50,000. It's 50 times what? Oh, it's 5 times. Sorry. It's 5 times. How many zeros? 4 zeros. Bravo. Now 1 or 10,000. If I wrote it as an exponent, so 10 to the power. Yalla, how many zeros we have? How many zeros we have? 4. Bravo. So I can say it's 5 times 10 to the power 4.